everybody. How are you guys doing? It's Saturday night. Yes. First show. We're having some fun already. Let's see. I should tell you this right up front. I don't take crap from anybody, okay? Yes. That is why I quit my job at Colo Guard, okay? I did. I was not fired. All right. Woo. So, lemons into lemonade. I was thinking about this the other day. I heard the best lemons into lemonade story ever the other day. You know that song is like, always something there to remind me, right? Yeah, the guy who wrote that song wrote it right after he found out he got herpes. So, that was like the best lemons into lemonade story I have ever heard. So, whatever. I have a lemons to lemonade story myself. It's personal. I got the COVID November 2020 before the vaccines, but I was lucky. All that happened was I lost smell and taste. For 4 days, I lost my smell and my taste. And but what I did is I turned lemons into lemonade, and I crossed eating ass off my bucket list because, yeah, sure. Yeah, there's no better time to check that one off, right? Tastes like chicken. I have no idea. I don't know, whatever. So I was watching TV the other day, and there was an ad for another drug, and this drug was called Rinvoq. Yeah, Rinvoq. And here's what Rinvoq can do for you. It can visually repair your colon lining. Yeah, visually. Just fix it right up. You can even see how good it got fixed up. It's all repaired now. And I'm like, how? Right? Am I wrong? Like, are you guys good at visually checking if your colon lining got repaired or not? But here's the thing. I have a friend who works in an ER. All right. Anyone work in an ER, by the way? Emergency room? Anyone? Yeah? No? Clap if you're up there. No one? What's back there? Really? Yeah? All right. So my friend works in the ER. He told me this. Do you know that 25% to maybe even 30%, depending on where your hospital is, 25 to 30% of all situations that happen in an ER are people putting stuff up their butt. I am not making it up. Where's that ER person that whooped? Come on. Yeah, they know. It's right. And I'm like, that's a huge percentage, right? That's a lot of people. A lot more people than you probably thought were doing that, right? But then I was thinking maybe they're on Rinvoq, and they're just trying to see if it's visually repaired, right? They're like, I had the flash on. It's an iPhone 13 Max, sir. Whatever. All right, I'll tell you a little bit about me. I served my country after I got out of high school. I was in the Navy. Sure. Thank you. Yeah. Every branch of the military. I was in the Navy. Every branch has their own acknowledgement greeting. Like the Marine Corps, it's hoorah, hoorah. And who? That's the Army's hua. H-U-A, heard, understood, acknowledged, right? Makes sense. Hua. I love the Armies. That's the best one out of all the branches. I was in the Navy's. Ours was, hey, girl, hey. A lot of people don't know that. I try to share knowledge. Here's some knowledge you might not know. You don't need mouthwash. Ask your hygienist, ask your dentist. You don't need it. All you got to do is floss and brush, and that's for real. Now, that being said, I did find a new mouthwash that's really good, so I'm telling people about it. It is called Fireball. Yeah, and sure, when you gargle with it, don't spit it out. Just let that go down, because it makes your breath very simple. So let's give it up for the ladies here tonight, too. Let's hear it for all these lovely ladies. Yes. You ladies are incredible, for real. And I just learned that 2 weeks ago on Discovery Channel. So there was a show about genetic engineering, and there's DNA doctors can take DNA from one girl's egg and use it to fertilize another girl's egg. And it will always be a girl baby as the outcome of that process. That's incredible, right? Fellas, we can't put two sperms together and turn that into a kid. Right? Because if you could, the carpet under my computer would just be millions and millions of kids right now. So okay, all right. I found the level. There's the line. All right. Good to know. Good to know. All right. I will talk about art. My favorite artist, Vincent van Gogh. My favorite painting of his, Starry Night. Clap if you've seen Starry Night. Okay. Lots of people. If you're not clapping and you wonder what it looks like, if you ever held a black light up to the carpet under my computer. Okay, see what I did there? See what I did? Yeah. I like to paint pictures too, everybody. Okay? And so I feel like I should explain my weird facial hair. I know some of you are like, is he a cast member of Sons of Anarchy or the Mayans? No. And I am not the construction worker from the Village People. No, that's wrong. I'm a superhero. We all have weird facial hair, all of us superheroes. Look at my buddy Wolverine. I'm very similar to Wolverine. I am just not from the wolf family of superhero. I'm from the badger family of superhero, so I am Badgerine. Badgerine! That's my call sign. Badgerine! I knew I was Badgerine when I was a little kid because all my teachers would be like, why are you so Badgerine? And then when I was 36, I got diagnosed with ADD and I realized it's a superpower. I am A, super annoying, okay? And B, I'm super elusive, okay? So I will annoy you, Badgerine, right? And then you want to kill me, but then you can't find me. And then I just annoy you more, Badgerine, right? And then you just want to kill yourself at that point. That is pretty much how that plays out. And Badgerine's been married 30 years. That's a long time. That's pretty good, right? Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. I definitely deserve that. Ladies, if you want to keep your man 30 years, do what my wife did. Set expectations early in the relationship. Our second date, she said, don't cheat on me and don't lie to me, and I'll treat you like a king. Here it is, 30 years later. I don't cheat, I don't lie, and she treats me like a king. It is that easy, right? For real. Yeah. But like a king that doesn't get laid a lot, okay? Like a king that needs internet access. That kind of king. And people ask me, does your wife like that facial hair? And actually, she hates it. But marriage is about compromise, and sometimes you just have to take the good with the Badgerine. So that's how that plays out. Where was I? Probably shouldn't have talked about Invoke earlier. Whatever. I do have ADD, or as my wife calls it, restless mouth syndrome. And the fun doesn't end there, though. Both my kids have ADD, too. Woohoo! Yeah! Yeah, jackpot. Oh, and it gets better. My wife, she hates all of us. That is a true story. And here's the thing. There's pluses and minuses, right? Here's one of the pluses. A lot of you guys that don't have ADD, you're going to get yelled at later by your significant other because they're going to realize you've zoned out of the conversation. Yeah. Now you're in trouble. Guess what? Doesn't happen to me. I have ADD, all right? I zone out of the conversation. All I get is, did you take your pill today? And I'm always like, nope. I forgot. I'm going to take my pill right now. And then I just never come back, right? Because we are good at problem solving. Yeah, here's how good I am at problem solving. My wife wanted an in-ground pool in our yard. I called a construction company, and $1,900 for the hole. That doesn't include concrete or diving board. It's a $1,900 hole, okay? So I'm like, I'm gonna do the hole myself. And then I put an ad on Craigslist for free dirt. And then when people showed up, I just gave them a shovel. I said, you can have everything inside those orange lines on my grass right there. You can have 12 feet of dirt from this side, but only 3.5 feet of dirt from that side. And leave a stair pattern on the 3.5 foot side. Yeah, that's right, because, I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. All right. But there are downsides. It's not all. Last year, my wife and I went on our second honeymoon, little exotic island. We went to, New Orleans. And they've been there. It's nice. Here's the thing, though. If you have ADD, don't go to Mardi Gras for your second honeymoon. That's a bad call. There are a lot of distractions at Mardi Gras, okay? There are big ones and little ones and perky ones and saggy ones. And they're coming at me two at a time, right? And my wife says, you look like a kid in a candy store. And I was like, I am married, okay? I am a kid with diabetes in a candy store. She says, I don't have to worry about you because you're my soulmate. And I was like, definitely. And then she was like, why did you say definitely weird like that with your finger? And I was like, because when you're at the sink, I'm at the toilet, baby. And then she was like, okay, what the hell are you talking about right now? And I was like, badgerine, right? She was like, don't badgerine me. What does that mean? I want to know for real. If you're at the sink and I'm at the toilet, how does that make me your soulmate? And I was like, oh, I thought you said cellmate. We are at Mardi Gras, and I am not focused on this conversation. I'm going to go take another pill. I'll be right back. I tried to be honest about my ADD the other day. This guy was repeating instructions. I said, listen up. You do not have to tell me twice, okay? You need to tell me 11 to 14 times. Yeah. I wear a condom when I make love to my wife. I don't want her to get the ADD too. That would suck if we both had it. That would be catastrophic. So people with ADD are always trying to be funny, and people we talk to don't usually think we're very funny. One time I was trying to make my wife laugh, and she didn't. Well, she actually found this one funny. I called her, and she answered short, rude, and abrupt, which is not like her. She's the sweetest lady. So I'm like, why are you short, rude, and abrupt right now? She says, I'm late for 2 different doctor's appointments. I'm like, what are your doctor's appointments? And she's like, ophthalmologist, gynecologist. I got to go. And I'm like, wait, you don't want to get those appointments mixed up. Could you imagine? That guy would be like, that is the worst case of pink eye that I have ever seen in my entire career. And the brown eye doesn't look good either. It's like 20/80. Like David Bowie or Marilyn Manson. Anyways, the other day I was trying to be funny and she didn't find it funny at all. She walks in the family room scratching herself and she's like, why am I so itchy? And I was like, well, maybe because you're pronouncing it with a silent B. And Badgerine. Badgerine with a silent B. Turns out I should have said dry skin. Yeah. If you thought that joke was funny, I have shirts after the show say I'm itchy with the silent B right there. Yeah. And it's got a girl dog on the front. I don't know what you call a girl dog, but it's a girl dog. And she's scratching herself because she's itchy. And it comes in athletic gray or lady parts pink. So, yeah. So if you are a girl that likes to work out or if you're just a hoe, come see me after the show. All right. They're only $25. Moving on. Here we go. My whole life I had one rule. That rule was if you think of something funny, you say it immediately. And I lost a lot of friends with that rule. But then I got diagnosed ADD and I got put on meds and I would think of funny stuff and I'd be like, I should say that immediately. But then the meds would be like, no, you shouldn't say that at all. And I'm like, you're right, meds. I shouldn't say that at all. And then I'm like, I have a filter now. This is a filter. I've heard about this. I have a filter. And I have a friend who doesn't have a filter. He has ADD. And we've all told him he has ADD and he won't get help. So half my act comes from Tim's house now. Okay. Yeah, I just take a notebook, I write it down. I'm over at Tim's house a month ago. His son Alex, almost 5, cute kid. Alex comes up to Tim. Dad, I forget, am I awesome or am I fantastic? And Tim's like, no, buddy, you are autistic. Okay? How many times have I told you that? And Alex is like, 127 times, because it's a Mersenne prime and it's 1 away from 2 to the 7th power. And I'm like, that kid is autistic, first of all. I had to Google Mersenne prime. I was pretty impressed. Whatever. Yeah. I don't even just have ADD. I also have dyslexia because God was like, give him something else. And dyslexia is more than number-letter confusion. You overthink words, like antioxidant. And first of all, dyslexia is kind of cool, to be honest, because I drive 52 in a 25. All right? Yeah, it is. No, it is. There are some neat things we do. Like, I do 96. Okay, and and I'm not talking about driving anymore. Whatever. But antioxidant, we all know antioxidants are good for us, right? But that word, antioxidant, think about it. Anti is a prefix. It means opposite of whatever word comes after it. So if antioxidants are good for us, that means normal oxidants are bad for us. And it's true because my mom said that I was an oxidant, and that's how I know. Oh, okay, Greenwood Village. Like, I'm the only oxidant here. Okay, you know what? All right, I see how you are. Whatever, you know. I don't even like it when people know I'm sick. I hide it. I can hide diseases I haven't even been diagnosed with yet because I figure out contingency plans in case I ever do get diagnosed with that disease. Then I can hide it and no one will know I got it, right? Like if I ever get diagnosed with narcolepsy, where you just fall asleep, I'm just going to get a tattoo of my eyes on my eyelids, and then no one will know when I'm asleep, right? And then when I wake up, I'll just be like, got it. Bad dream, right? And, or if I ever get diagnosed with Parkinson's, I'm just going to carry Splenda packets, right? And then no one will know that I have Parkinson's. They'll just be like, he's had those Splenda packets for 2 years. He should rip the top because I'll bet you all the Splenda's at the bottom by now, right? Like, I'm just trying to see who's on this bus ride to hell with me, and got a couple passengers. Here we go. Yes. Yeah. And here's the thing. I'm jealous of my kids. They were diagnosed with ADD early in life, and they're on meds, and their lives are great. My daughter diagnosed age 12, my son age 9. I was diagnosed when my daughter was 12. So I didn't know why my life sucked for a long time. In high school, I didn't know I had ADD. All I knew in high school is I had dyslexia, and I was a stoner, and that's all I knew. And that's a bad mix in high school, to be a dyslexic stoner, because I would stand by that free drug school zone sign for hours, just waiting and waiting, and nothing ever happened. And if you didn't get that, this should help. All right. But if you smoke that stuff all the time, it can warp your perception. One time I was so wasted, I was watching a show on TV about harassment in the workplace, and there was a girl on the show who had been harassed, like up in her workplace. And I was looking at her, and I was thinking, like, who would have harassed her? I know that sounds mean, but her face was horrible. And no, like, it was all pixelated and scrambled, and her voice was like, I was sitting at my desk when a man came up from behind. And I was like, well, of course he came up from behind. I mean, because her hair was autistic, but whatever. I do have one more shirt. This shirt just says Bazarine right there, and Here's the thing about this shirt. Like these shirts, you can read the shirt and get the joke, right? You didn't need to come to the show. You can just read that and get it. But if you read this, you don't get it, right? Like, so I built a way into the shirt for you to explain to people that weren't here tonight what it means. If someone says, I see your shirt says Badgerine, what the hell's that all about? All you got to do is lift up the bottom, and on the inside, it says Badgerine again, right there. If they don't get it from that, it's on them. All right, you guys have been awesome and fantastic. Are you ready to keep this cavalcade of comedy coming? Well, you're going to love our next comic. He is a Denver native, and he is a favorite here at the Comedy Works. Please give it up for my friend, soon to be yours, Phil Palisol, everybody. Give it up to him.